Now, we're going to move forward, and now we're going to create a custom, template-based campaign. So a couple things I highly recommend is for every shop that's using retention that you guys create a reoccurring lost customer and new customer campaign. Why? You should be targeting customers that are in limbo, that are starting to slip away, and get back in front of them and try and recapture business before it leaves. In addition to that, thank those new customers that are coming in for the higher probability to let them know, again, you appreciate their business, to see if we can get them in for an additional visit, retaining our new business in addition to our existing. So what I would like to do is show you how you can access this, and I would really appreciate that we walk through this and you guys create a campaign with me as well. To access your campaign manager from your today's vehicle page, your menu, you're going to click on your menu bar, CRM menu. From there, what you're going to do is you're going to click on Campaign Manager. Inside of here is where you're going to have the ability of doing all of your campaigns for information or promotions to drive an additional business. Really quickly, I talked about a campaign manager earlier, a brand manager, which gives you the ability of customizing all of your communication. Super simple. Click in here. We have your banner up here. All you need to do is click through where it says New Color Palette, and it's going to change your communications based on different color schemes within your banner. Once you find one that you like, you should go through and check these 5 items here. Look through them. Make sure you like all of them. If you do, you save your color palette. That's going to be what your communications now look like. I'm going to launch a poll really quickly. Please let me know, if you guys do not mind, when you have your campaign manager set up and ready to go so we can get going. All right, it looks like we have a good majority of you guys in there, so we're going to get started for timing purposes here. So a couple things. Number one, to create a campaign, you're going to go to Create New Campaign. Inside of here, what you'll see is we have some templates that we automatically create on your behalf. In addition to that, is you have the ability of creating your own. If in fact you create your own campaign and you save it, you will always have access to it in here to use it for future usage. For today's purposes, we're going to create a lost customer campaign. You're going to click on lost customer campaign, and what's going to happen is, in all reality, we have just created an audience we want to target, and your complete campaign is ready if there's no changes you want to make. So literally within a minute, we automatically have a campaign created. We can click on Preview Campaign, and you can see what your text looks like, what your email looks like as soon as this loads for us, and also what the landing page looks like, and I'll explain that for you. So what we're going to do is, please do me a favor and click back on Template and Audience here. What you're going to see is, number one, is first thing we're going to look at is our audience. Is this time frame applicable? Do I like this? If not, change your dates. Change your visits or the months. You can alter and change what we have here. Once you're comfortable with what audience list you have, or you can come in here and build your own or change one of these other lists. If you want to add in more vehicle criteria, you can click here as well. There's some more options. So if I wanted to say, you know what, let's target people that haven't been in for 6 months, that have spent, $200 or more, you can do that. As you can see, this is spinning and changing and updating my audience list in real time. Once I have everything refined, you can click View and Edit. What this is going to do is show you every customer in alphabetical order by first name, who in fact we're going to target. If there's a specific customer or vehicle you do not want to market to, you can take action here. I personally always ignore fleet vehicles. They don't generally like this communication. If you want to exclude just a vehicle, click here. If in fact you want to exclude the whole customer, click on the second option and it will exclude the whole customer. Once you do this, if you make any changes, make sure you update your list. Now, once we have our audience refined, if you need to export that for future usage or just to see at a better view, you can export here, but we're going to move on. The next thing we're going to do is check out our text message. Do I like what's in here? If not, make a change. Maybe you want to offer them $20 off versus 20% off. You can make any changes or alterations here. As you can see, it immediately takes place on this site and updates. If for some reason you don't want to do a text campaign, you have a toggle switch that allows you to turn it on and off. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to hop over. You can click up here to email or you can click next. At this point in time, because we use a template, again, it's all built for us. If you want to change anything, make your changes in here. Otherwise, if you love it, you like it, leave it alone. A couple things you have. Inside of here, you can include vehicle information. What that means is if you're looking at this campaign here, you have a vehicle summary. If you want a summary, you can leave it. If you do not want it, change your toggle switch. Now it's just going to have your wording. It removes that for you. You also have the ability of including an offer. You can create your own coupon. If so, you can, upload it here, or you can use our coupon creator. You can click edit coupon or add one here. For example, I changed this offer to $20 off. So I simply can come in here, put my $20 off, and we're done. Make sure you have your disclaimer, your details. You can change and update an expiration date. Once you're good with what we have here, we're going to save and close it. As you can see, because we made that change here, it's already making our change here. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a campaign page. One of the things for you guys to know, anytime we send out communication, whether it's an email or a text, there's always going to be a link for the motorist to click on here, or in the email, review all. When we take action, what will take place is when they click, it's going to open up this campaign landing page, which is this web-based page that's responsive to the device. You can have it be identical to your email page, which it is by default, or you can, again, make changes. The other thing you have is now you have the ability, again, include vehicle information. In this case, it's going to show them their vehicle and what items are due. Sometimes it's a good idea to keep this in here, because if I have a customer that hasn't been been back in my shop and I want to offer them, some money to come back, they can correlate what they can spend that money with based on what's due on their vehicle. But again, if you don't want that, just turn that off. It's going to remove that for you. The next thing you can do is you have the ability to have up to 3 different coupons or images. You can also choose what one of the 3 would be the primary. Once we have that done, we're going to determine, do we schedule this for today, a future date, or do we make it reoccurring? So you can do a one-time campaign, an automated campaign. If we're going to do an automated campaign, we can choose when we want it to launch, how often, how many times, does it notify me before it goes out? So if I want to make changes, I can. Those are your options here. If it's going to be a one-time campaign, we're simply going to just select when we want it to go, and we're going to hit next. One thing, if you create your own and you want to save a template right here, it's going to say, do you want to reuse this? Select yes, hit save template, hit save again, and then you can reuse what you've created in the future. At this time, you're going to preview, again, this communication, and that you should always send yourself a test. So please do me a favor and let's send ourselves a test. In order to send a test, you have to select the motorist. The communication's not going to that motorist. However, you have to select somebody. So I'm going to select my motorist. You're going to enter in your cell phone number if you're doing text, in addition to your email. Why? You want to make sure you like the presentation of what you've built. In addition to that, you want to make sure that all of the links are working. Can I click to schedule an appointment? Can I go to my website? You will just be cautious, make sure it's presentable. We're going to hit send. Once we send ourselves a sample, again, look through it. Today, we're going to look at a text message. So what I did is I just sent off a text message. Here is an example of what it looks like. When I click on this text message, here's my message and what we've created. And if I want to see more information, I'm going to click right here, which again is going to open up that landing page we talked about. And here is my offer. Click to make sure we can schedule, right? Make sure we can call, email. Does it go to my website? Do your due diligence. Once we're done with that, we like it, we love it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come back in here. Excuse me, let me find it. Here we go. We're going to hit next, and this is when we're going to launch it. When you go to launch your campaign, first and foremost, you have a summary. It's going to let you know who you're going to target, how many, and what communication, text, email, or both. When it's going, what's going, text, email, landing page. Once we're done, we're going to launch. Pretty super simple. Again, you can have this done in a matter of minutes, or you can spend a lot of time and customize it, whatever is best suited for you. Again, my recommendation would be to set up a lost customer and new customer reoccurring campaigns. If you're not sure how to do that, please discuss and see that with your product advisor, and they can get you all taken care of.